Stephen's question, how are you able to reach a good deal on injury claims when courthouses are closed and no one is able to meet in person? Does that limit your ability to negotiate? Your advice for Stephen, either one of you can chime in.
Well, we've been able to keep our cases moving through a couple ways, Tamika, because the world has changed. The legal world has changed here in the last month or two. One way that we've kept it going is by having some people work from home. A lot of the insurance companies are having people work from home. Another way that we're doing is to set up telemedicine appointments and telemedicine physical therapy for our clients, so they don't have to miss the needed medical treatment and there's not this huge gap in their treatment due to the coronavirus. Those two things have helped us keep the cases moving along. We've also continued to take depositions in cases by video or by Zoom like we're doing today. We've had hearings with judges who've been willing, and I really have to commend the judges for being willing to let these cases move forward, because if we don't keep the cases moving, because we're going to get through this, okay? But if we don't keep the cases moving, we're going to have a huge backlog in the next few months when everything picks back up. And so I'm really proud of the legal system and the judges. The plaintiff's bar, the defense bar have worked to move these cases forward so you can still get your case resolved, because that is the one thing you don't want left out, is the injured person who doesn't have coronavirus but can't provide for their family, is in pain and needs medical treatment. So Tim, what are y'all doing along those lines?
Well, quite frankly, I've been pleasantly surprised that the cases, especially the personal injury cases, car wreck cases, and things like that, have moved as well as they have. I believe some of what's happened is the insurance adjusters and some of the lawyers have had some time on their hands to go back through and review some of these files and place some adjustments. For instance, I had a case that I mediated about 4 months ago that ended in a mediation that didn't end in settlement, and I thought that case was dead on arrival for months and months and months. But to my surprise, I was reached out to by the lawyer who was not at the mediation, and we're going to get that case resolved probably this week. So things are still moving.
Oh, that's
a great point. And Tamika, what we did for the first time ever this week, along the mediation that Tim brought up, we had a video Zoom mediation. And so I had my clients were here, the mediator was at his office, the defense lawyer was at his office, and we called in. We had a joint session where we each presented our side of the case, and then the mediator would hang up from the joint session and call you separately, and we talked to him via Zoom. And then he'd hang up from us, and then he'd go talk to the other side separately. And we didn't get the case resolved, but we made a lot of progress. And so video mediations are kind of the wave of the future now, because you don't have to be in person to do a lot of this stuff, is what we've realized, where we always thought you had to before.
And you make a good point too, when you were talking about people, your client coming into your office, and the thing that came to mind to me was the social distancing and the limitations on how many people should be in a room. So again, like you said, everything can still go on if it's just you and your client there in the office in a safe space and you're able to conduct business. That's awesome to hear.
And we did practice social distancing, so it is important.
All right, that's awesome.